may start doing videos again about stuff they haven't talked about in a long time. Not shit I know about, like Harper on the police and shit. Like, fuck people say. I'm not going to get anywhere with it. But one thing there's a big misunderstanding of is governance and self-governance. And what the difference is and how it's actually supposed to function in this country together. Maybe we'll get a couple people coming and we'll start talking about it in a minute. See if the tunes will show me love today or not. What is that? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Might be a love day for you too. It's hump day. How can you not show love on hump day?
Yeah.
No humping on hump day? No love?
There is no, it's not a notification. It just shows that you're live. I didn't get a notification.
Yeah.
If I liked it. No, I didn't get one. It was just here saying that
I
you're
can see
there.
you liked it. I can't see that you're watching it though.
That's weird. Watching it and like it.
Show you're watching it now.
Huh?
Show you're watching it now.
It's weird though. Some people will get the notification and some people will not. I've had people say that. Like, or like T said, it took her minutes before she got the actual notification. Got 2 likes and 1 watching, which obviously means there's 2.
Well, mine just says one.
It's 2 likes.
We'll see if it gives a notification. It probably ain't going to. And we'll start it over and we'll talk about government and self-governance. The difference in the two. Probably should just make a video about this, but I'll do a live stream on it. It don't matter.
So what if they don't share it because of the
I'll
name?
start over a second. What? I mean, they may.
Self-governance.
Yeah, there's a difference. You know what the difference is? You know that government and self-governance really have nothing to do with each other?
Yeah. There it is.
Okay, it's show notification now, so wait a second.
Yeah, there's 2.
Wait till a couple people come in. Good morning. How are you doing? So you're here, so we'll start talking. So government and self-governance. We're supposed to have a government, have a tissue please, whose powers are wrapped around the ideal that government is here to protect the rights of the people. We have things like today we have all this shit that we know as being normal, which is not normal at all, that our government
Volume is
does.
low.
My volume's all the way up. People have been telling me that, even on my phone lately. Let me see if I can change the volume setting on my phone real quick. People have been telling me lately that they can't hear me even on the phone. How do I do my volume shit?
So in your settings,
Okay.
and you see. You can see.
Hold on. Wait till I
It
stop.
should
Wait,
be,
wait till I stop real
sounds
quick.
or audio,
Yeah, I know
and
what you're talking about. I just don't know how to get to it on my phone. But you do, right?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Chris is going to fix my phone. Here, fix it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Chris is going to fix it so you guys can hear me. And then we're going to yak about this because people don't understand the difference between governance and self-governance. Or government and self-governance is the difference. Well, this is it. I get $5.28 a gallon for diesel fuel there and $4.89 across the street. Guess where my broke ass is going. So government, the basic idea around government is to institute a government to protect the rights of the people, grant it specific powers in order to complete that task.
Yeah, you do have a new case, don't you?
A new case.
Yeah.
What kind of case?
Character Matters asked if you had a new case for your phone, probably. And that's probably keeping the volume from being able to be
Yeah, I mean,
louder.
you take it out of it. Take it out of it.
Let's try.
Hold on. You gotta do it like this.
Yeah, do it.
Give me a second. I'm gonna try to jerk out of this case real quick. I forget how this fucking case comes apart, but I gotta wait. I gotta wait to get it apart.
When you're on your earbuds, you can hear good, like when you were doing that work.
Do I? Well, here my earbuds in.
Oh, you were charging them.
The plug will be alright. Hold on. I'm fixing the problem. This is probably something people need to hear, believe it or not, because the quote-unquote constitutionalists, the majority of the time, don't even know the difference in government and self-governance. They think one has something to do with the other, and that both are the same. when they're not, one has nothing to do with the other. And well, ow, shit, that hurts my ears. Hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can get these earbuds to work. One second.
You at work,
I know, I'm completely pain in the ass.
The mic is closer to your lips.
Where's is that Bluetooth? Bam. Is that Bluetooth? Yeah. Bluetooth, power beats. Let's see if it'll work. My bad, guys. I'd be sorry and shit. I need to shave. Things correct. Oh, this is alright. Connected for audio.
Is the audio on those all the way up?
Yeah. Alright, now let's see. Alright, so these are all the way up.
That's the best there.
Is this better now? Can you hear me now? Turn yours up, see if you can hear me, Zilla.
I am.
Can't hear it. Alright. Good morning. Hang on. I'm trying to get my audio to work, man. I need to get another microphone, which I'll do. I'm going to take this case off my phone. Just give me a second. I'll take this case off of here. 1 second. But I've had this case on here for a while now, though.
You know what people's been telling you since you've had it on?
I'm going to get the fucker off of it. Forget how it comes off.
Like sometimes even not your videos in specific, but there's videos like, you know, this one girl, she does the same videos all the time, and most of her videos are loud and here and fine, and every once in a while there'll be a video, or just random videos I'm watching, you know what I mean? It couldn't be the same person.
Almost got it out there. Watch, see if I get this fucker out and we'll drop it on the ground. That's alright, I didn't do what I think. Alright, still on. Bluetooth still on. Hold on, turn the Bluetooth off. Bam. Alright, Bluetooth be gone now. I know this is taking a minute. Thanks for bearing with me. Come on, you piece of shit. 1 second. Almost. God damn it. Come on. There we go. Yahtzee! Got it out. Can you hear me now? How's that? Here, plug this back in.
Yes.
Got it out. Can you hear me now?
Definitely.
Alright. Well, there was the problem, huh? So, government and self-governance. Like I said, government was instituted to protect the rights of the people. We gave that government specific powers to complete that task. Self-governance, on the other hand, is at the local level. It is everything outside of the government. So you see now criminal justice systems. We have a criminal justice system in play here where government has quote-unquote authority over the people to prosecute people. Now, we did give the community the ability to prosecute us through the Fifth Amendment. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Now, all laws are supposed to coincide with natural law, right? And the Constitution. But what you have is now is our government creates rule. That rule is enforced by its minions, and it's government control through. Fuck, we'll pump my own.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? I forget what pump. I'm in the white F-250 out there. I can't. I don't know if it's 8 or 9. The one.
The farm?
Yeah.
That's number 9.
All right. Can I just pay for like whatever? We'll go back in my card if I don't use it all.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just put 100 on that one?
All right.
1 second, peeps. I always do shit at the wrong time. Please wait. Do not remove cards. I guess it's to keep people, if people aren't interested or not. If they're interested, they'll stay to hear it. If not, then they won't. Which they didn't need to be here anyway. Fucking baseball.
Need your receipt?
Nah. Thank you.
Have a good day.
It'll get back on the card though if I don't use it all?
Yes.
Cool. So, self-governance is, you know, quote unquote, policing our own communities, not government policing our own communities. Being responsible for your own life and property, taking care of your community, your fellow man, community common law, community-based courts, prosecuting those who commit crimes in your community, not crimes like, oh, dude's smoking a joint, or dude's driving after you drink a beer, like crimes where you fucking hurt somebody, or you take their property, or you destroy their property. Not crimes of what ifs, because that's what we are now, a nation of what ifs. Well, it's about what could happen. So you could kill somebody. Damn. Look at the tires, man. You could kill somebody. That just made me sick. You could kill somebody drinking and driving, so we must take you to jail for drinking and driving. That's not a crime. Drinking and driving is not a fucking crime, but everything's about what could happen now. We must take your firearms because of what you could do. We must license you because of what could happen. You must put all the ingredients of this food on the label because of what people could be allergic to and what could happen to them and all this other bullshit. And that's just not how it's supposed to be. And if we went back to a system of self-governance where the communities were responsible for themselves, government was fairly small, really small, then we wouldn't have the problems that we see today. But now what you see is that government is taking control over all communities, and because of that, controls all people. Tries to at least. The best way to get away from this is to become ungovernable and get your community back to self-governance, where you, again, are responsible for your own life and property, and hopefully one day get back to community-based courts. Now, we've seen somebody try to do this, and what did they do to this person? They stuck his ass in prison for multiple decades. His name was Schaefer Cox. And he's still in prison today. They re-sentenced him to give him less time, but I forget how many years. I think he still had like 7 years left. It might be more than that. I don't know. And that's all he wanted to do. He never committed a crime against anybody, never harmed anybody. But how many people in this country today, right now, are in prison? Not only have we had our lives stolen from us because our freedom has been stolen from us, but how many people are in prison today that have had their families stolen from them? Have even had the illusion of freedom stolen from them, not because they've harmed somebody, not because they have actually committed a crime, but because they have broken a rule that government has put in place, and the thugs have been forced because they're just doing their jobs, following the law and all that bullshit. A bunch. I know that the last time I had checked, since the record had been kept, there had been, I think it was 180 people that had been put to death by our government, sentenced to death and executed by our government, who they later found out were innocent. I'm not okay with that. And that's the biggest thing I try to tell people is it's not about me, it's about you. It's about what I'm not okay with happening to you. And for some reason that doesn't sink into people's head because people believe that they are what's most important. Their lives are most important, their families are most important.
Mama can tell you.
Huh?
Mama can tell you.
Tell me what?
What are them glasses you're wearing?
I don't know what they are.
They're the bugs.
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine are?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's some cheap ones I grabbed somewhere, man. I don't remember. Where did I get them? I got like a Speedway or something.
No, it was in the truck stop.
Oh. I used to always buy really nice sunglasses, like Oakleys and shit like that. And then I lost 2 pairs the same day one time. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with that shit. Lose $500 worth of glasses in a day. You can kind of break shit up buying the expensive sunglasses bullshit. Yeah, 2 brand new pairs in the same day. Like I literally just got them. God, I was pissed. I would like to have a nice pair of Oakleys, though.
Oh, I have a pair at the house. Remember my silver ones? I just found them.
What, the
So I'm
Oakleys?
going to tell you, yeah.
What do they look like? Which
They're
ones are
mittens. I just bought, I like them.
they?
But they're nice. They're not scratched up and stuff, so you couldn't do those. Like
Cool,
you
give them to
could
me.
go
I'll be happy to scratch them up.
They're back. They're at the house.
That's all right. When I get home, you can give them to me. I'll be happy to scratch them up for you.
No, I'm telling you, I don't want them scratched up.
I plug up everything I use because I use it.
I do still, but I don't scratch.
But they scratch up. They don't have one scratch.
The gold Oakleys, I got you.
Which ones?
You tore those suckers up.
What happened?
I said you tore those suckers up.
I don't remember. Which ones are you talking about? The one,
The
the golden lenses?
Yeah,
Oh.
and they have gold.
But anywho, getting back to self-governance is going to be the only way to take our country back from the domestic terrorists that are now masquerading as government rolling over the people of this country. And until people want to be free, it's never going to happen, and that starts with education. And people just, frankly, they don't, like, educate yourself about something. It's too old now in an age where everything's time to live rights and constitutional rights. And it's never, I was talking to Yankee Marshall, the Yankee Marshall, the Yankee Marshal, yeah. And he said that, no, I'm sorry, what on Yankee Marshall? It was on a Iraq veteran video. I hate that douchebag. The title of the video was something about arming terrorists while trying to take guns from law-abiding citizens. Like, I can't stand that shit. Law-abiding citizen. Like, that means you're a fucking bootlicker when you do whatever the fuck you're told to do. Like, I get it if you come up with some other shit, like, I don't know. I don't even know what the word is. How about just a human, man, or just an individual? But law-abiding. Yes, I do what government tells me to do, so yes, I should have these privileges. It's a stupid argument. And, like I tell everybody, if the founders had been law-abiding citizens, there'd be British flags in all of our front yards right now.
Boy says those are actually good glasses.
What's that?
Oh, stop.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not bad, man. I dropped them and shit. Actually, these are the only ones that stay on my face that I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. You would think with as big a head as I got that everything would stay on my face. And I'm not talking big like metaphorically, or is that the right word? Metaphorically big. Like when you say, oh, he's got a big head. You know what I mean? I got a fat head. So you'd think they would all stay on my head, but they don't. They are good. They are decent glasses though. I mean, I like them. It brightens everything up. I have noticed though, they won't be good for winter because they won't be good for the winter time because
What's up, Bono?
we've been doing that roof and it's white and it's blinding the shit out of me. So
T-Man says he wears a 3XL helmet.
3XL helmet.
Now that's a dome. That's a chroma
Oh, shit,
dome.
man. Goddamn, if you had that thing checked out, I want to. I got a big, I forget what my head size is.
The-
7.5/8? No. 7 7/8? I think how big the last hat I got was.
They used to measure our heads when we were kids. Me and my sister, they were so scared that we had like water on the brain or something.
Why, your heads were so big?
Yeah, but we were very intelligent as young children.
That sounds real good, but
No, we
I don't
were.
buy it.
No,
How
we
can you
probably
be
were.
intelligent as children and dumb as a box of rocks when you grow up?
Well, I'm
Now, your
not.
sisters-
My sister is.
Everybody, the retarded kid with the red helmet thinks he's smart.
I'm smart.
You know that, right?
I'm smart.
I'm smart.
Smarter than
Are you
Quantum.
as smart as me? Your sister is dumb, I will give you that. But you are her identical twin.
But we are complete opposites.
But you are her identical twin.
Yes. She's mine.
But whatever.
She just sucks. But she will be feeding us today, so I'm thankful for that.
Your sister's feeding us. What's she cooking us
Well, if you
again?
want, What did she say she was making?
Chicken and
I know,
watermelon.
mashed potatoes and muffins. I forget which.
Does Dale like watermelon?
No,
You don't.
no.
So that's just a
Yeah,
lie.
that is just
That's a lie. So it's a
stereotypical.
stereotypical racist lie.
Yes,
Okay. He loves chicken though, right?
he does.
I love chicken though.
I do too.
So
All out of bubblegum says ahead of the class, as my husband calls me. And character says,
I did really well in school.
I got a tiny head
Until I
and big
didn't.
ears. It's sad.
Like I went from doing really well, and then I got a shitty teacher that was a total douchebag. And I grew up in East Tennessee at a time when corporal punishment was still a thing. And I remember in my 5th grade class, I had a teacher named Mr. Chambers, and I've actually tried to hunt this dude down since then. When I was living with Blake and Jenny down there, Blake down there, I was going to go beat him up, and he had some dude named Dustin Kramer. No, Dustin Kramer. No, Dustin something. Stand there, and if I looked up away from my book, he was to hit me on the head with a pencil. And like as a kid, something about that fucked me up. And I went all down. I'm back, and then it says, then it cancels it out.
I got 3 bars now.
Looking like it's working. But I don't know. It is what it is at this point, man. I'm 41 years old. How old am I? 41? I'm 41, I'm 42 in November. God, I'm getting old. I think way closer to the end of the beginning, probably closer than I even think. But like shit, like shitty shit like that happens to people. So imagine like, and that did, it took a toll on me. Like as a kid, it fucked me up. But imagine like the lady I'm gonna work for, her daughter is adopting a little young girl, a little 10-year-old that she's fostered for 3 years, where her dad was not only sexually abusing her, but sexually abusing her siblings too.
2 stepsisters.
Her 2 stepsisters. Like, what kind of sick fuck does that to a kid, and how does that affect that kid and the rest of that kid's life? I think that sexual abuse on a child is worse than murder, because you just fucked up generations of people, man. And it's untelling, like especially if they're a male child that's messed with. What does that happen down the road? Like, was that dude that messed with that little girl messed with when he was a kid? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what would drive a grown-ass man to touch a child like that. Sick fuck.
Right, even if he was, you had to break the cycle. You can't continue to be.
Oh, I'm not justifying what you got.
I know.
I think it's sick as fuck. What I'm saying is that it, what's the,
You're spinning. Eric says I got whooped in school with a fly swatter by the principal for running the halls and gave me a disrespect for
Dude,
authority.
listen, if they did the shit, think about that. If they did the shit today in school that they did just 20 years ago.
The paddle.
Yeah, I got
Beamer.
East Tennessee, they was still paddling when I went down there.
They were in Claremont too. Mrs. Beamer. She was big old bitch. I mean the tallest, biggest bitch I ever seen. And she was scary. And she and my dad, my mom freaked out.
Get ice.
Oh yeah. But my dad let her have it first, and then he took his belt off and whipped the shit out of him. He was climbing the walls and jumped out the damn window in the principal's office.
Buddy got his ass whooped by the teacher?
By the principal.
By the principal?
Mrs. Beamer.
And then what happened?
And then my dad was like, "Oh, you ain't done. Pull your pants down."
Your dad whooped his ass in the principal's office?
Yes, until he jumped out the fucking window, like no shit. Yeah, but my mom found out about that because my mom always told him, "Do not touch my kids.
No
if they do,
wonder
then
you're
you
so
call me."
screwed up. Yeah. It all makes sense now. And then what you learn?
It wouldn't be.
Huh?
It wouldn't be.
What you decided to do with your old man?
Also agrees. Also, I've always said molester worse than murder, and all of them says stories that I agree that he double tapped. Greg says I was signed out of school in 10th grade. Now I drive a big truck. Big truck.
I was fortunate enough to be
Very high.
emancipated.
Huh?
They hated it, boy.
There's a really high percentage of pedos were touched themselves as kids. Yes, they need to break that cycle of being fucking
No,
gross.
they do need to break that cycle. But like that's what I'm saying. That's why I think like touching a kid is worse than murdering a kid, because like you can potentially affect more lives down the road, like a greater number of lives. I mean, I don't think it should be done at all, honestly, you know what I mean? Like, people are just fucked up, man. There's some sick people in the world, and most of them are in government. I don't know what it is about these, you know, these people when they get so much money. Maybe it's that they don't get no, I don't know what the deal is, but it's just weird that there's a lot of cases of a lot of people that have a lot of money that like to fuck with little kids on some level. Do you really think Hillary drinks children's blood?
Do I think what?
Hillary drinks the blood of children.
I don't know about Hillary herself, but they talk about that adrenochrome all the time. Like they supposedly, adrenochrome, whatever. They talked about it happening a long time ago, like back
yeah,
in like Egyptian days.
Right, I'm sure back in Egyptian days they did a lot of weird shit like that back then, trying to live forever.
But I mean, like even Zuckerberg talked about it. Like
Zuckerberg's
like
a fucking weirdo.
He's a very big. Remember that one interview he did where he pulled off his hoodie? He was sitting there sweating, and they're like, "You're in a hoodie, like take the hoodie off," and he didn't want to take it off, like you could tell. And then he finally did. He was trying to take it off without no one seeing. And on the inside of the hoodie, he had some weird something, some kind of weird something on the inside of his hoodie. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, he's a weirdo.
I gotta rotate the tires.
I agree 100%, and he says I believe it. Roy did. With money is power, and they think they can get away with everything. Hell yes, they do.
Yeah, you're right.
It's organ transplants too. Rothschilds have 9 heart transplants.
Who? The Rothschild?
Rothschild.
Doesn't surprise me. He's probably getting it from China. He probably go picks it out. Like,
yeah.
I want that little young boy's heart right there. Like, people are fucked up, man.
Like, do you realize how many are actually done? Like how, like you could literally call, and as long as you got the money, they got you somebody.
Yeah,
they'll take it from the jail. They'll take it from the street.
They not only have you somebody, they'll have backups to that somebody.
And they've got so many hospitals out there. Yeah.
And we know it happens, but we're killing terrorists in Afghanistan that are ghosts that don't exist. When Saudis allegedly blew up the building, and in China they're enslaving people and then taking their organs, and we know it happens. You don't see many videos of that, though, but you see all kinds of videos around weird times about them locking people in their homes and shit. Which, is that really happening again? Listen, I don't watch the TV. Anything that comes from the TV, I find it hard to believe anyway. But when shit's coming out of China, I find it really hard to believe. What?
Roy called him Zuckerberg. He said on Zuckerberg's hoodie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was on his hoodie. It was on the inside of it. It was weird. You had to see it because it was really odd.
What do you? I don't even understand what you mean. Was it an animal? Was it
it was like some kind of design, something kind of. Yeah, I can pull it up.
Like the Illuminati.
I'll show you. Something very strange. I'm not sure what it was, but I'm telling you, it was very odd. Well, he didn't want to take it off, and like I said, this guy was sitting there sweating.
Why would he have worn it?
Well, because it's close to his heart. He's still.
It's close to his heart.
Like like let's say it's like a pentagram, and that's his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he doesn't have to wear it on the outside and show everybody what a retard he is. He wears it on the inside, he still supports. Like I don't know. It was really weird. And when he took it off, he was very careful how he took it off and tried to hide it. They're like, wait, what is that? What you got there? And he was like, tried to, nothing. And then they ended up showing it. I forget what it was.
I don't know how we went from self-governance to this. I don't know, but whatever.
Yeah. They've scrubbed so much off of that. No, they really have. Things that you used to be able to look up to.
Yeah. In the past decade, the internet first was supposed to be like this free sharing of information, the Wild West of ideals, and now it's so regulated and shit. Like, look at Musk buying Twitter. The first thing, guaranteed, I would bet a fucking hand. No, I won't. I bet $1,000. I give it 60 days before the federal government now steps up and says, we must regulate speech on these platforms and uses Section 230.
Yeah, Illuminati symbol on the inside of his hoodie.
See? Don't worry about it. No, I don't care. I don't believe in that shit.
No, I know.
I don't think the Illuminati is a real thing. I think it's just a bunch of crazy individuals
I don't think
who have money and they're all buddies.
They think they are, though.
Yeah.
Was it triangle
blood in,
symbol.
blood
Yeah,
out.
they said it was the Illuminati symbol or something, TLR. Now these goofies are
I mean, does
crazy.
the Illuminati really exist, or is it just a bunch of rich dudes that, you know, because like you try to, I guess,
We're a cult.
you naturally are attracted to those like you in some way, and when you have money, I guess that is the attraction to other people because you don't want people around you that want your money, which really makes no sense because all rich people want is more money. Maybe, I don't know. Are they called? Who cares if they are called? Who gives a fuck? They ain't bothering nobody. I don't care what they do. I do care though when what they do bothers me. It influences me or what I can see or what my kids see. Like technology has totally destroyed this country, along with other things, man. Like willful ignorance is truly what's destroyed this country. Like people just knowing, like believe they know shit because for no other reason than whatever. You know, they're just dumbasses. Well, I was told this. Like you have quote-unquote constitutionalists who have literally never even read the Constitution through and through, much less went back to study the origins of it to find out what it all really means.
I mean, like, even CERN, like, I don't know, it's all weird. I think they're all fucking.
So do you guys know about that
devils.
CERN shit where they were talking about opening portals of space and time portals?
Yeah. I mean, I think they were fucking around with, what do you call it?
Penises?
Huh?
Penises?
Penises. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Not spiritual, entity, like, evil
Demons?
shit. Yes, sorry. I was trying to say what I was trying to say. Well, their mascot is the destroyer of worlds or something, or
Man, I'm
destroyer
still stuck on
of
this,
Earth.
this back tire in this thing. I can't believe this tires are about
Columbus
done.
says, CERN, you just get into rabbit holes, huh?
Yeah, but that's Christy, man. It ain't me. I don't listen.
Well,
No, listen.
I
one
actually
thing-
was watching something that was like from a guy who's like a spiritual guy. He thinks he believes the same way we do. He talks about it all the time. Even like the whole like
Listen,
all
I don't
show.
believe that shit.
No,
I
know.
have the facts and I follow those facts. It's
He
not
was-
my beliefs.
He was touching on things that was actually in the paper and people were reporting on and stuff like that. And that just was one of them. he
Christy
talked
does
about.
the rabbit hole thing, guys. It's not me.
No, but I don't follow no rabbit hole and get retarded.
Bullshit.
I just
you
watch
don't.
it.
You'll watch something for a goddamn week because you see one fucking video. You'll follow that rabbit hole.
What do you
Sir, on that topic for the next week after you went out of the house. You did.
Oh.
Just like the God stuff. You'll get on that kick for days too. And start talking about the Bible and Revelations and the,
No, I talk about the signs. Like some of the signs that, like if you study scripture and you understand it or whatever, like some of the signs that they talked about in the Bible that happen today are like so much, like not just, oh, the weather's going to be
history
changing.
repeats
It's
itself.
odd. It's very odd.
History always repeats itself. There's nothing happening today that hasn't happened 100 years ago. I mean, there's nothing happening today that wasn't happening.
Crimean War?
There's nothing happening today that wasn't happening in the 1940s in Germany and in other places in the world.
Hey man, they said they were going into the other side and bringing Shia back. Did they really? I don't know about that. Shiva, the destroyer's statue out front. Yes.
I don't know. I don't go down the rabbit holes. I stick with mine. You know, I don't even watch YouTube too much anymore.
Roy
I
says
do.
a lot of things at the bottom of rabbit holes turn out true, like the fake moon
You're right.
landings.
Just like most conspiracy theorists, or, you know, most conspiracies turn out to be conspiracy fact. You know, do you think the moon landing really happened? I don't think the evidence is there to even prove that it happened. I wasn't there to know if it did or not, but I can tell you from what I've seen, if I had to make a bet, I would say that it didn't happen, and the reason that they faked it was to make the Russians think that we were more technologically advanced than we did, because, you know, the whole space race was one at the time, and technology was, you know, whatever. You know, there's more computing power on my phone than there was on the first space shuttle, the first, what was it, Apollo 13. So that's what I think. But now they're all working, they're all cahoots, man. It's a group, it's a small group of people with influence in every political system around the world, controlling what all of us do, as they force us to funnel money into their bank accounts through policing forces tax man.
It also says Revelation 12 happened. All the planets aligned 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, what
That
was he
part.
talking about the other day? About Uranus or Venus?
Uranus?
No, what was the other one about? The 166 year thing.
Oh, that was
So Russia,
Neptune
hold
and
on.
Jupiter.
The land
Jupiter.
now known as Ukraine, Russia was conquered, entered and started to conquer on the same day.
But they actually lost that battle. So Catherine the Great already invaded them.
Okay.
And they lost it on that day.
Okay.
But it was the same time that on that day, that happened 166 years ago, where
Which was
Jupiter
the same
and
day
Neptune
they
aligned.
invaded
Yeah.
Ukraine this time.
Yes.
And did they really invade Ukraine?
No.
I don't know, man. Who knows? Who knows what's going
Difference
on?
between conspiracy theory and truth is the passage of time.
I think I'm just going to be a Democrat from here on out. Vote blue, boy, baby.
Huh?
Blue, I'm going to vote blue. All the way.
Blue?
Yeah.
TLR says, I have a friend that says they use the Bible as a roadmap and purposely do things that are in it to trick people into thinking we are at a certain place in the timeline. I just don't know.
Could be true. Then it could just all be bullshit. The Bible could be a control mechanism just like any other, holy book. Who knows? I mean, I find it hard to believe that God made man, yet most of man will be going to hell. Just based on the fact, like Muslims, if you're a Christian and your belief system, wouldn't Muslims go to hell since we're not accepting Jesus? I think it's just on everybody to believe their own thing. Who knows? I think that man wrote the Bible, and that's why I have trouble putting any faith in it whatsoever. And what you have Muslims, like all these Middle Eastern nations are Muslim and Jewish. Where was Jesus from again? Bethlehem. Where was ancient Bethlehem at today? If you look up on a map today, where was ancient Bethlehem at? I'm asking, look it up.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm asking.
What would you ask? Where?
On a map today, where was ancient Bethlehem located? Where would it be located today? And like Jesus was Jewish, right? So I don't like Christianity to some degree doesn't really make sense to me either, because wouldn't you be Jewish because you just get rid of okay? It's in Israel. Yeah. So they're trying to say Jesus was an ethnic Jew. Was Jesus a Christian?
Mountains.
Was Jesus a Christian?
6.2 miles south of Jerusalem. I believe so.
I don't know. I know one thing for sure. We're all going to find out. We'll find out who's right or wrong one day. I don't know, but I got a headache now.
Central figure of Christianity.
The central figure, yeah, Christ.
The world's largest religion and important figure in Islam.
What?
That's what it says.
What's the largest religion in the world?
The world's largest religion is Christianity, it says, and an important figure in Islam.
I think the vast majority of those Christians don't even believe what the bullshit they spew.
Christianity is just the fulfillment of Judaism through the Messiah. Not been on a low Earth orbit. No one believes that.
I don't know. I don't know if we have or not, man, but I do know this. I find it awfully odd that the technology existed to go to the moon in the 60s, but doesn't exist today.
Matt gives my ass those says title should be Deep Diving Driving with Freedom.
What?
Matt says title Deep Diving Driving with Freedom.
Yeah. I'll get that on the way back, man. Deep diving driving with freedom. Okay, we got that. Take a note. Take a note. Damn, you know what? I forgot to bring those things with me. It wouldn't matter because I ain't going to be here long.
What?
It's a quick trip today. We're going to be there an hour, if that, maybe 2 hours. And then turn around and come straight back.
Do we really live on a spinning space testicle hurling through an infinite nothing chasing the sun, Roy says, and all about bubblegum, says Roy.
high school math, you can prove that. You can prove that with a rifle, a couple of bullets, and a target.
Why do so many people, including Christians, believe it's flat? And then they say, well, not completely flat, but like this, not circular. So what would that be?
Well, it's a sphere. Like if you take where we're at right now, and you go that way, 28,000 miles, okay, with a curvature, you're going to wind up right back to where you're at right now. I don't know what that degree of curvature is, but that's how a circle's made.
Matt says the largest religion is Tel Nation worships.
Yeah,
Worshippers.
You're right. The government worshippers. You know, the thin blue news worshippers. That's why I say, like, those dudes are all going to hell. There's a special spot in hell for all those fucking people, especially the cops. God grants us these gifts. You then override those gifts through force and violence and threats of violence. Oh man. And because government, in the name of government, yeah, you're a Christian. Fuck out of here, man. Like these people convince themselves of so much bullshit they don't even know what they believe themselves. Like that one sheriff told me the other night. Said peacekeepers will shall enter. Also, the Bible also says that peacekeepers shall enter the kingdom of heaven. I'm like, dude, you rule through force and violence. Threats of force and violence. That's not peacekeeping, dickhead.
Roy says 8 inches per mile squared is the curvature rate, and there is none to be found anywhere. We can see buildings and mountains that should be hidden by curvature.
Yeah, I mean, you can see 8 miles. If you're staying like out in Kansas where it's flat, you can see 8 miles into the horizon.
I said my rant's over. I gotta get the Saudi Grand Prix.
Yeah, I gotta go too, guys. So if y'all have a good day, we will see you later. And yes, the Earth is a sphere.
It's round or sphere.